Can I tell you what I think is one of the biggest traps you've fallen into? Being the strong one. Now, don't get me wrong. Being strong isn't a bad thing. Being strong got you through some really, really hard things. It got you through grief, loss, heartbreak, family dysfunction, burnout, disappointment. It got you through all of it. The problem is that nobody talks about the cost of being strong, because there is a cost. And if you've been the strong one for most of your life, you've probably been paying it for years. Today, I want to talk to you about the 3 hidden costs of being the strong one as a high-achieving woman. And make sure you stay until the end, because the last one is the one that keeps so many women stuck believing they'll never find love. The first cost is when nobody checks on the strong one. Have you ever noticed that the stronger you appear, the less support you receive? People assume you're fine. You've got it handled. You'll figure it out. You're capable. You're resilient. And the truth is, you usually do figure it out. You have to. You always have. But sometimes you don't want to figure it out. Right? Sometimes you want somebody to ask, hey, are you okay? How are you? Not because you need rescuing, not because you're helpless, but because you're human. But when you've been the responsible, high-achieving woman, the capable one, the strong one, for so many years, people stop checking. And eventually you stop asking. You convince yourself that you don't need support. You convince yourself you'll be okay. And maybe you will be. But that doesn't mean that you should have to carry everything alone. The second cost is that you end up carrying more than just your life. At first, being strong feels empowering, right? You pay your own bills, you build your own career, you handle your own problems, you travel alone. You become the woman who can do anything by herself. And for a while, you're proud of that. And you should be. But what nobody talks about is how much grief the strong woman carries. You've watched friends get married. You've watched them have children. Some friendships slowly faded because your lives just went in different directions. And that's okay. Some people disappeared altogether. And every time it happened, you adjusted. You adapted. You carried on, because that's what strong, high-achieving women do. But underneath all of that is loss. Loss of friendships, loss of connection, loss of the life you thought you would have by now. And after enough years of watching everyone else hit milestones that just haven't happened for you, it's really easy to start feeling like somehow you did life wrong, like you're behind. Like everyone else got the memo and you're the only one who missed it. And if enough years pass, another thought starts creeping in. Maybe there isn't anyone out there for me. Maybe love just isn't in the cards for me. Have you felt that? Maybe I missed my chance. Maybe somehow everyone else got picked and somehow I just didn't. Now, you probably don't walk around saying that every day, but it shows up in those quiet moments when another relationship doesn't work out. When someone asks if you're dating, when you're driving home alone, or when you're sitting in a doctor's office filling out paperwork. You get to the emergency contact section, and for a second you just stare at it. Who do I put down? And if you're not careful, your brain starts making all of that mean something. Maybe if I was worthy, someone would be here. But being alone and being unworthy are not the same thing. The third cost of being the strong one is you start believing that you just shouldn't need anyone. This is the sneaky one, because after years of carrying everything yourself, you start believing that's just who you are. You tell yourself, I've got this. I don't need anyone. It's easier if I just do it myself. But deep down, that's not actually what you want. You don't want someone to rescue you. You don't want someone to save you. You don't want someone to take over your life. You just want someone to participate in it, someone to share the load, someone to care, someone to consider you, someone to ask you what you need, someone to be there. And that's not weakness. That's just being human. The strongest women I know aren't the women who never need support. They're the women who finally stop pretending that they don't. I think one of the biggest misunderstandings about being a strong, high-achieving woman is that people think she's looking for a man if she's single. She's not. You're not. You're looking for relief. Relief from carrying an entire life by yourself. Relief from always being the responsible one. Relief from always being the one who figures it out. Because here's what I've learned. Being strong, it's a beautiful thing. Having to be strong all the time is exhausting. And maybe that's the hidden cost nobody talks about. Actually, it is. Not being strong, but having to be strong, that's the cost. And if you've been alone for a long time, please don't mistake the amount of time you've been alone for evidence about your future. They're not the same thing. Just because it hasn't happened yet, just because you haven't found love yet, that doesn't mean you won't. Just because you've spent years carrying life on your own doesn't mean you're meant to carry it alone forever. And just because you've been the strong one doesn't mean you always have to be. If this video resonated with you, make sure you subscribe. I create content for the self-held woman, a high-achieving woman who's tired of carrying life alone and ready for healthy, aligned love. And if you're curious about their survival pattern that's keeping you stuck in hyper-independence or doing everything on your own, take my free relationship pattern assessment. The link is below. And if you're ready to go deeper, you can book a breakthrough session with me. We'll go through the beliefs, stories, and patterns that are keeping you stuck and create a roadmap for what comes next. I'll see you in the next video.